My name is Shannon, and this is my story. I was married for 7 years, with him for 8, but he left me. I tried staying with a woman from work. She ended up kicking me out and moving other people in, and called him up and I said, look, I'm not from here, Arkansas. And so he spoke with one of his sisters, and I went and lived with her and her husband. He abused me, and then they kicked me out, and I had a best friend that I had known online for 8 years. She said I could come stay with her in Pennsylvania, so I came up here, and then all of a sudden they kicked me out and threw all my stuff away. And here's the magical part.
I met Shannon a couple years ago at cosmetology school, where she was in training to be a massage therapist, and she gave me the absolute best massage I'd ever had. I called her my angel, she told me later, and I just happened to have a deli bread, and I wrote my phone number down on it.
I didn't have anybody else to call, so I called her.
She said she was on the street. I was her last chance, and I talked to my husband if he would take me down to meet Shannon.
My friend Lois said, I will take you to the park in my neighborhood and we'll see what we can do from there. I slept in the bathroom, and I woke up, cleaned the bathroom, and then went outside and waited for the walkers and joggers till they went home before I went in the bathroom and laid down, put my blanket on the floor. And Lois gave me a thicker blanket to lay on. Then she introduced me to Shira.
When a person finds themselves in crisis, oftentimes connecting with the factory is only the first step of many. Oftentimes it's still going to continue to get hard, as sometimes more adversity is still to come, but over and over and over again, it's going to be shaped by the folks that come in alongside of that journey, and that's what's made Shannon's journey so unique, is we had so many community members who offered a very unique resource.
Shira from the factory had contacted us about her situation at the time and how they wanted to try and get her in a safer and more secure location. She became really just part of our campground community while she was here, and people also took the time to look in on her, and she was always very respectful and super appreciative of everything.
The owner of the campground, he was like, one of the people that are staying here is getting a new mattress for their RV. Would you like their old mattress? What? That was the first bed I had in years.
So that's the crazy thing about walking a journey with somebody. You never know what's going to happen because every journey is so unique and so different. So I was walking alongside of Shannon. At that point in time, she was living in the campground. And then another part of my job is to accept donations that are coming in. So Belinda called, said, hi, my name's Belinda. I live in Effort. I'd love to donate my washer and dryer. And I said, great, I'll be right there.
My name's Belinda Shrout, and I met Shannon through Shira. She had stopped over to pick up a washer and dryer at my house, and she was talking about Shannon.
And Belinda said, well, what does the factory do? And I just gave the example of walking alongside of somebody and anonymously said, for example, if someone would be experiencing homelessness, we would do that journey with them. Well, that really stuck out to Belinda. The next day, she gave me a call and said, I can't stop thinking about people living outside.
So Shara brought her over to visit us one day, she told me, she said, don't expect her to give me an answer right away because homeless people don't understand why you would take them into their house. And I had a treat for them, and then I took her upstairs and showed her bedroom and bathroom. And she came down, and Shannon asked me 3 times, when can I move in? And it was like, we looked at each other, and the 3rd time my husband said, you can move in today if you want to.
I was like, immediately, I'm ready. I want to go get my stuff now. That was a Saturday. The following Thursday, I think, it snowed. So that would have collapsed my tent, and I would have been cold. Like, just divine timing every step of the way.
So the Factory Ministries aims to be a hub of resources for community members, for those experiencing crisis or for those who have experienced generational poverty, situational poverty, etc. So the hub model is designed that those with resources, whether it's as simple as Belinda's washer and dryer, or whether it's a donor who's saying, I'd like to give some funds, connecting those directly with the folks who are in need or who are experiencing crisis, and really allowing for the time for each person to own their own journey, for us to not swoop in and say that we're here to save or swoop in and say we're here to fix, but to actually walk alongside. It takes more time, but it leaves individuals feeling empowered that they completed their journey. The Factory Ministries did not complete their journey. The donor did not. It was they themselves who said, I got through this. And all the while us saying we know and believe fully that each person matters. That's why we're here. That's what God has told us to do. That's what He's charged us to do. And that's why we remain. She texted me maybe a week or 2 after getting the apartment, and she said, sometimes I just wake up in the middle of the night and I go out to the living room and go, this is my home. Shannon's heart has always been very open to the restoration piece and rebuilding new relationships.
Shannon hardly talked or anything when she moved in here. I think it was last week or the week before. Shannon texted me and said, I walked to Wawa all by myself. I didn't even take the dog with me. She said, I know I have to do something by myself. When Shannon first moved in here, I don't think she would have ever did something like that.
She's more independent. She feels secure now that she has her own place, her own home to live.
This is the first home of my own I've had since 1993. And now nobody can tell me to get out if I don't like their rules. And nobody can make me sleep on the floor. Everybody needs a home. There's something about a home that grounds a person and gives them an anchor, a safe place.